The Morning Blend, ABC Action News, everybody at WFTS takes protecting identity theft very seriously, and we want to help you out. And of course, we've got Operation Shredding coming up on Saturday. But first, we wanted to give you a little behind the scenes, if you will. I'm joined by Jim from Quicksilver, and second year we partnered with Quicksilver because when you think of shredding, we're talking more than just papers, folks. There's a lot else that needs to be done to protect people and their identity, right?
That's correct, Anna, yes.
And so break down what you're able to do and how when you come out to see us on Saturday at Citrus Park Mall, you'll also see Jim and see some of his team from Quicksilver.
Yes, you will. Well, basically, we're going to be accepting electronics that contain personal information. So that would include desktop computers, laptop computers, smartphones, cell phones, notebooks, tablets. We're also going to be accepting all the associated peripherals for that equipment as well. So we'll be taking printers, monitors, keyboards, mice, all the cabling and cords that go along with it.
It used to be all you had to worry about was actually shredding documents, shredding your tax forms. But in this digital age where things just more and more going digitally, this is where identity theft is happening. So how does this protect people?
What we're doing on site at the event this Saturday the 21st at Westfield Citrus Park Mall, we're going to be actually removing the hard drives from computers right there on site and actually punching holes through those hard drives. We'll be destroying them on site. Now, what we'll be doing for the mobile devices is we'll be securing them in locked bins, and then we'll transport them back here to our facility for disassembly and full destruction.
Now, punching holes doesn't sound too intimidating. I'm thinking a little hole puncher. But talk a little bit about the system and how really that punching hole, that seals it.
Yeah, it does. It's not just a small hole. What we do, it's a large cone-shaped bit, and it literally, as it goes through the hard drive, it literally shatters the platter inside that hard drive. So it shatters it like a piece of glass. So it's essentially like shredding it, but almost internally.
And you mentioned phones. Phones are obviously going to change a little bit differently. And you just talked about the time constraints because you do take cell phones and you do take the battery out and things. And so you need to do that here back at the shop, right?
We do. We need to do it back here at the shop because it's a little more complicated process in taking the phones apart. And then we have to also remove batteries and memory cards and things such as that. So we want to do that in a more secure environment. So we bring it right back here to our shop, remove those pieces, and then we also physically destroy, also punch the phones as well.
So we've touched on phones, we've touched on computers. We also need to touch on no television sets.
No television sets.
Why is that? Because it is interesting to talk about the reasons why and how people do need to be mindful.
Sure. We do recycle TVs. However, there's a high cost associated with recycling a TV. So for this particular event, we do want to keep this a free event for residents of the area. So in order to keep it free, we have to exclude televisions. Now, televisions, of course, they don't contain personal information, so that isn't an issue. There are programs for individuals to bring televisions through their local municipality, so they can bring them to any of their, whether you live in Pasco, Pinellas, Hillsborough, whatever county, they all have programs for residents to dispose of their TVs in a secure, environmentally secure manner.
What other items are we talking about that people need to keep in mind?
Again, they can bring anything that's really associated with any kind of any kind of device that contains personal information and any peripheral device associated with it.
I'm one of those people, and we were joking before we started. I might not be the most tech savvy, but I thought it was good enough just to wipe things off and reset the computer. Why is this step so important?
Well, simply deleting information certainly does not wipe it. There are methods that you can wipe the information off your devices, but it can be time-consuming, and it can be costly, and it can be a little bit confusing for some people. So by participating in an event like this, you can be certain that the information is not only going to be wiped or erased, it's going to also be physically destroyed. So.
Well, thank you again for the tour, learning all about the security and how your information is protected when it's here at the shop as well. But the bottom line, people, come out, see us Saturday. Of course, that's the 21st, Westfield Park Mall. And Jim's going to be out there.
I'll be there.
Hopefully we'll see you as well. Thanks for your time today.
Sure. Thank you very much, Nat.